right in the heart of downtown Minneapolis, right in the heart of broad daylight.
I was stabbed. I'm in the parking lot. I was stabbed. Someone was trying to mug me. Please help me.
A 911 call
Please help me.
that cuts right to the heart
Where are you?
of every woman's fears
I'm in the Market Plaza.
and her strengths.
I was just stabbed and blacking out. Hello?
I like to think I'm a tough girl.
Angela Champagne-Fromm is the woman who made that call.
And what is great bodily harm under Minnesota law is you're at risk of death.
3 times a week.
Thursday, April 19th, 2012, it was a normal day.
She relives the most horrific day of her life for an audience of mothers, students, professionals, whoever she can get to listen.
So I was digging in my purse, hitting my horn, screaming, kicking backwards, reaching back, grabbing his testicles.
She's not trying to scare them. She's trying to empower them.
And who in here could fight and survive? Everyone. Yes.
That day was April 19th, 2012, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Angela was leaving her job at a downtown law firm and was heading to her car at the parking ramp when suddenly
There was someone behind me and an object to my throat, and they had said, "We're going for a ride."
her attacker was 48-year-old Robert John Myers. Surveillance photos from that day show he's dressed in a suit, carrying a briefcase. The perfect disguise, one that hardly hints at the fact he has a long rap sheet and was a convicted sexual predator. Myers had a knife, and they struggled. Angela says she fought like a girl, and it saved her life.
Scratched, screamed, bit, hit my horn, was trying to reason with him. I didn't have a gun. I didn't have a flashlight. I didn't have anything to fight him off with. He had a knife, and I had my hands. And my hands won.
Myers eventually backed off, but not before he stabbed Angela in the stomach. The 10-inch wound cut all the way through to her back muscles. The crime scene photos from that day show her blood splattered everywhere, from the steering wheel of her car to the toll booth at the parking ramp. As he left her in agony, he told her, "You're lucky you're a fighter." It's become her battle cry.
I'm lucky I'm a fighter. That's probably the best compliment that an attacker could give their victim. I was fighting like a girl, and it wasn't my time. There was a period in my recovery where I thought, this person is following me, this person is watching me, there's someone in my garage, there's someone in my bedroom, there's someone in my kitchen, there's someone in my cupboards, there's someone in my washing machine.
Women listening are visibly affected. Their jaws drop and their heads shake. Angela's story gets their attention. That's the point.
How many women know what happens to our hands when we're in the stress of a critical incident?
Enter Ann Yatch, a self-defense expert.
Your heart is racing.
And I continue fighting.
The two make the perfect team. She says every woman needs to know she can fight and she can win, just like Angela did.
You have to have some solution and some skill at the end so that people leave not feeling scared or nervous or fearful. All right, what's the first step?
Instead, she wants to give them some useful tips so they can leave feeling confident.
That's why we talk about it.
On this night, Ann gives a quick crash course that covers everything, from the best way to carry your keys in a parking lot.
Don't punch with your keys. Put them on your finger and use big X motions to get the person to get back.
To what to say to a potential attacker.
You're going to say, "I'm armed," and you're going to say, "The police are on their way."
Some of it's surprising. For instance, she tells her audience the most practical self-defense weapon isn't mace, pepper spray, or even a gun. It's a flashlight.
You can get something called a defensive flashlight, and it can do what no other weapon can. It's 25 times brighter than a normal flashlight like this one. And when you use it, it can blind your attacker, overwhelm their senses, and keep them up to 40 feet away.
You've heard of, deer in the headlights. Same thing with a human being.
It could never happen to me. Who thinks that? I did.
Most attacks are really about power. Angela says she never surrendered hers that day in the parking ramp. Her attitude was just as useful as her self-defense skills.
I want to inspire people. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up.
And it's why she wants to share her story. Every time she tells it, she's changing the perception of what it truly means to fight like a girl.
I wear my scars very proudly. I'm a survivor, and they're my badges of honor.
You have your hands, you have your mind. Even if you have nothing else, you can do something with those tools.
Ellen Gallus, 5 Eyewitness News.
She is a survivor, and she has another takeaway for us, too. Anna and Angela tell women that they should imagine what would happen if they were attacked, what they would do and what they would say, then practice it over and over, as many as 1,000 times, that it becomes part of your muscle memory.